Alright, hi, Loy from LoyMachedo.com. I have to get a comment from Mohit Devnani. Alright, so he writes, guys, don't you think we're extending this matter too much? That is the suicide of Abhimanyu he is actually talking about. Don't you think we're extending this matter too much? Like, seriously, is it the fault of the parents or teachers? Now, where pressure is on students, first try to understand this. Where it comes to pressure, pressure is required for day-to-day life. Everyone has pressure. I have pressure. A working class person has pressure. A mother has pressure. A father has pressure. Everyone has pressure. So pressure is a part of your life. It makes you a better person. However, scaring people with unwanted pressure, that's not a solution. Let's say, for example, telling a small little kid, if you don't go to sleep, the ghost is going to come and catch you, and then the kid suffers, sleepless nights. Or telling someone that if you fail in your exam, you're going to suffer for the rest of your life, and giving people unwanted stress, that is not effective, okay? Threatening others, beating them up, hitting them violently, putting them out of the house, that's not effective, okay? See, you got to understand, there is a reason why a person is called an adult, why a person is called a parent or a person is called a teacher, because they need to have that level of maturity, they need to have that level of leadership. Now, if you start abusing that power that you have, and that to bullying a small little child or a youngster, not doing your job properly, that is wrong. I'm sorry, but I think that is wrong, okay? Is it an act of being a coward if someone resorts to suicide? Yes, it is an act of being a coward. Running away from your problems is not the solution. No, it is not. Facing it is. So he could have taken his studies seriously from the very beginning. Okay, if you're talking about Abhimanyu was already a rank holder. He was taking his studies seriously. So I think you need to get your facts right, Mohit, before you point fingers at anyone. That boy was good at his studies, okay? Or instead of blaming parents and teachers for pressurizing him. So if a boy is good at studies, then the question is, what does he have to get scared about? He has to get scared about because someone either did not communicate to him that if you get second rank or you get third rank, it's okay. Or someone abused their power by telling him, if you don't get the first rank, you are going to, destroy your career, ruin your life, blah, blah. So there is someone to blame for this. Unless, of course, if like how Sam Harris says in his book Free Will, that if someone has a problem with their brain, if they have a tumor or if they have a growth in their brain and then they do something abnormal, yes, then it's a medical condition. But I doubt the boy had a medical condition. Now, next one. By doing all this, aren't we all creating a negative attitude towards studies? Let me make it very clear. You see the books at the back. I'm a guy who studies. I'm a guy who reads every time. Right now, I want to improve my running performance. I'm reading this book. It's a world-class book. I keep reading books. There are books all around. I've not kept this for showpiece. I've kept it for a reason. I've never told anyone, you don't study. I've never told anyone, do not excel in educating yourself. But what I've told people is that academic education, studying about biology, algebra, and all that, gives you information, but does not guarantee you success. That's what I've told, okay? So I'm not creating any negative attitude towards education per se, but I'm creating a negative attitude towards the system that abuses youngsters, okay? Are we blaming parents and teachers for no reason? No, we are blaming parents and teachers, not all, but some of them for a reason. My parents abused me physically, emotionally, in every possible way. Even sexually, I was abused by my relatives. So I'm against such people. If someone calls a child bad words, I'm against them. If someone beats their child for asking simple, small favors, I'm against them. If someone bullies a child and that results in permanent or temporary damage, I'm against that. So I'm against those people who harm students, who harm youngsters. Parents support us throughout their lives. Yes, parents do support. That doesn't mean just because I keep a dog in the house, okay, I feed him, that I have a right to beat him. No, I'm sorry. Just because you support. So tomorrow when you become a father, when you become a parent, if you pay this child's school fees and you pay the child's expenses, doesn't mean you can start abusing the child. I'm sorry. If you pay You are giving birth to a child. The child never asked you, give me birth, let me come out into this world. No. Parents give birth to a child because they want. Because they wanted someone to carry their name forward. They wanted someone who they could emotionally love. They wanted someone for their, financial security for the future. Oh, when I'm old, nobody's there to take care of me. Parents don't say this. All parents say, I gave birth because I love you. Nobody asked you to give bloody birth. I never asked my parents to give me birth. So if you give birth, it's your bloody responsibility to take care of the child. But that does not mean that because you feed someone, you can beat up that person, you can abuse that person. I'm sorry. You need to get your facts sorted out, my friend. Then, whatever comments I've seen here indicates that you all hate studies. Whatever comments you have seen there is they venting out their frustration. I created this group for them to vent out their frustration. So let them vent it out. They can't vent it out to the teachers. They can't vent it out to the parents. They can't even talk to their friends. So I created this group so that they can vent out their frustrations here publicly. And we are there to support them. Okay? And all you have done, this incident, is shield away and run away from your studies. No. Many people call me up and I guide them towards what they are supposed to do. I've never told anyone, go and fill in the exam. I've told someone, give your best for the exam, but if you fail even after that, it is okay. Now, next one. I'm not offending anyone. It is just my opinion. Well, even I'm giving you my opinion. And it's not right to blame others for the action. No, it is not right to blame others for the action, but it takes two hands to clap. Two hands. So if the boy is suffering, it is because of a reason. Now, you might say, oh, so he didn't study. He's a lunatic. You know, a child, if it's brought up properly, it will be a good child. It's just a matter of your upbringing. Do you see these tattoos on my face? Do you see why I use so much of bad words? Because my upbringing was not proper. This is why I became like this. I tried to correct whatever I could. And, today, the good and bad, I take responsibility for it. I don't run away from it. Okay? And one more thing you need to know is, I have ADD, attention deficit disorder. Okay? My parents didn't know that. That is a medical condition. Now, I could have used this as an excuse to say, because all ADD people smoke and drink and do drugs and are in jail. I have not done any of the four. So, I take responsibility for my life. I'm not running away from it. Now, it is just an act of cowardness. I want to know Loy's opinion, who isn't doing the right thing by encouraging teenage opinion and negative attitude. Agreed. You say I'm not doing the right thing. You give me an idea. You suggest the right thing. You do the right thing. Every day in the morning, I get up at 2 o'clock, I get up at 3, I get up at 4 o'clock, I get messages on my phone. I spend every day at least 4 hours on the bloody internet answering these youngsters. You say I'm not doing the right thing. You do the right thing and show me. You ask your father and mother to invest time and money and effort, create a website and nurture the students. Why don't you do something about it instead of opening your big mouth and giving your bloody opinion? I'm not getting paid any money for this. I'm not getting paid any recognition for helping all the students. I get 300 emails sometimes, 300. Children who want to commit suicide, some are depressed, some are cutting their hands. What do you want me to do? Tell them, hey, study hard, go to your parents, be positive. They need someone to vent out their frustrations. That's why they come to me. And the reason I help them is because nobody was there for me when I was young. Alright? Nobody was there. When I tried to kill myself, nobody was there. When I tried to drink poison, nobody was there. So today, I understand what they are going through. You're saying I'm not doing anything worthwhile. What are you doing worthwhile? Why don't you create a Facebook page? Why don't you create a community? Why don't you rally all the students together? Why don't you answer their emails? Why don't you spend every day 4 hours a day answering their emails, speaking to them, putting up videos? You think I'm enjoying this? You think I'm having fun? Listen, you prick. Why don't you do something? Why don't you ask your father and mother to do something? And if you do something, I will appreciate. I will salute you. I will respect you. Simply pointing your goddamn fingers at people and you not doing anything, that means you're a jackass. That's what you are. I'm giving you my opinion because you asked my opinion. You gave me yours and I'm giving you mine. Am I offended? No. I called you a jackass because you are a jackass, because you can only talk. You can't do anything other than point fingers. And that's what major part of the audience do. They look, they watch, and they keep quiet. After this boy died, what have you done? What have you done to help anybody? I have helped literally 400 students. Now 420 students are the members of this group. I have had more than, I think, 600 emails that have come totally. I have replied to each and every one. In fact, I have another 7 emails that have just come this morning. I had 2 messages on my phone. I got woken up at 4 in the morning. I slept at 2. So what are you trying to tell me? What have you done? If you can't do anything, don't point your fingers at anyone. I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this for fame. I'm doing it purely because students are young children. They don't have anyone else. They need a friend. And I extended my hand, not for anything else, just to help them. If I can change even one person's life and make them better, I will do it. So next time you point fingers at someone, you give your candy ass opinion, make sure you are doing something. If you're not doing it, keep your mouth shut. Okay? That is what I have to say. And one last thing. Remember this much. It's very easy to talk. Very, very easy to talk. Why don't you do it and show it? And then I'll respect you as a man. You are only interested in your studies. You're only interested in your future. You're only interested in your parents. Have you done anything for anyone else other than yourself? Can you tell me? Can you show me any bloody example? And one last thing as a bonus, okay? I'm a 37-year-old guy. I don't need to do this. I can focus this time that I put the video, this few minutes, I can use that time to get a new client to make some money. Why do you think I'm doing this for you guys? For what? What am I getting? I'll give one open challenge. I challenge any student, leave the group, shut down the group, or tell me if the majority give me, if out of the 400 students, all the 400 say, shut down this group, I'll shut it down now. I have no problem. I don't lose anything. I'm doing you guys a favor. You're not doing me a favor. So this is what I have to say, Mr. Mohit. You wanted my opinion, I give you. Now, what is your name? Let me get your name again so I can address you instead of someone else. So, Mr. Mohit Devnani, I hope you got my opinion. I'm not offended by you. I'm a guy who speaks his heart out. I say whatever I have to say and I say it out loud and clear. I hope you got this message. And if you need to speak to me, you need to sit and talk to me face to face with your parents. I will sit and talk to you face to face. You want to bring your whole school and talk to me face to face? I'll do that. Let us see what they do. What they do to change the lives of these children after working hours, not doing anything, not getting paid. If there's anyone who can do this, if the students are all willing to go, I'm ready to shut down the group. Open challenge to you. I will do it right now. So this is Loy from LoyMachedo.com giving you his opinion without any anger as to why do I do this. And I hope you understood. Thank you very much for your opinion. I respect the fact that you had the guts to ask me the question, but you also need to have the guts to face the answer. Goodbye for now.